Putting a final bow on the loss to the Wild, looking ahead to the San Jose Sharks. Plus, we're going to rank some unrestricted free agents that might be available, probably not by trade, but more likely on July 1st signings. Hey, everybody, I'm Todd Werwa. This is Rangers Daily. I hope you're enjoying the show right here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell so you get updates whenever we post a new episode, Monday through Friday. And please leave your comments. I really liked a couple of them on yesterday's episode, so I'll touch on them first. Little thought on the loss to the Wild. They didn't play well. They've had two clunkers in 8 games, opening night and then Monday night. They just didn't have the effort, didn't match the urgency. Everybody said it. They were getting beaten to pucks, beaten to the corners, beaten to the middle. Every which way, they got outplayed for the bulk of the beginning of the game, first 30 minutes plus, and even later on, though numbers in the third period looked good, they were still outplayed and still allowed the Wild to get into the slot, get into the danger areas at too high a rate. It happens. It wasn't good. It was a setback. We'll see how they bounce back against San Jose. We'll preview that game coming up. Again, you can follow me at Todd Werwa Media on X and Instagram. Sometimes I'll post a little bit during the games, but you can always ask me questions, leave comments, all that kind of stuff there as well. So let's put some final thoughts on the loss to the Wild. JT Miller led with 6 shots. And I saw one of the comments, and I talked about it on yesterday's show. We need to see some lineup changes. What about Johnny Brodzinski? Certainly could fill a spot on that third line. The third line hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't been great. Isn't a scoring threat. Needs to develop a little of that character. Certainly doesn't have the oomph that the fourth line does, though it's kind of tough to have the oomph of guy 6'7" and a guy 6'9", but at least they could have a little scoring punch. Like, that would be nice to have somebody on that third line who even though, yes, I know Juuso Parssinen scored the other day, but it's a rarity. We're not going to see a lot of goals from that line. It'd be nice to see a little roster shakeup. Brodzinski would be great. We've talked about some other options on yesterday's episode. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch. See why I think they should call up Gabe Perreault. But a bad effort all around. The thing that really struck me was the shooting percentage by the Rangers. And I hope I'm not going to bore you with some numbers here, but let me give them to you. Some from Hockey Reference. As of Tuesday, the Rangers' overall shooting percentage was 7.0. 31st, ahead of only the struggling Calgary Flames. When I say struggling, I say that lightly. They've taken the most shots, but obviously they've played the most games. Mika leads the team with 31 shots on goal. His shooting percentage is 6.5. He has 2 goals, 2 assists, and is a -3. Alexis Lafreniere is second on the team with 22 shots on goal, a 4.5 shooting percentage. He is a team worst -4 with a goal and an assist. Artemi Panarin leads in total attempts with 53. Mika and Adam Fox have 49. So let me just, like I told you, Mika, his shooting percentage right now is 6.5. His career shooting percentage with the Rangers, 13.6. Artemi Panarin, like I said, he leads in attempts with 53. His current shooting percentage is 10.5. At least he's scoring. His career with the Rangers, 15 even. Alexis Lafreniere's career shooting percentage, 13.2. Like I said, it's a measly 4.5 right now. JT Miller's career shooting percentage is 15. Currently, he's at 10. They do have guys who can score. They're just not doing it right now, and they're all not doing it at the same time. Eventually, these numbers have to turn. Now, will they reach their career number? That's to be seen. But I think the super low levels right now are a little biased based on small sample size. But, after this many games, it's a trend. And they're coming close to the 10-game mark with the second lowest shooting percentage in the league. They need to turn that around fast. I know Mika got a little testy when I think it was Dan Rosen asked him about at some point, oh, we're getting chances, can't be enough. And he's like, what am I supposed to do? I did everything and got robbed. Had a grade A scoring chance and got robbed. Eventually it'll turn, but will it turn fast enough? Will it turn strong enough? That remains to be seen. I think they need another scorer. I think they need somebody else who can put the puck in the net. Is Vincent Trocheck's return going to solve all the issues? We'll see. That would also move Mika back to the wing. Would put Cooley on the third line, most likely. Not definite, but most likely. I'm very worried about Alexis Lafreniere. He's not playing with, I don't want to question his effort, but he just doesn't look quick. He's playing 200 feet, but he just doesn't seem like he's offensively gifted. You could see why he wasn't on power play 1 for quite a long time and is only there because of Trocheck's injury. So Trocheck's return will change things up, but that's not coming for several more games. So they need some help. Hopefully these shooting percentages will turn around. And the team that could best help turn them around comes to MSG on Thursday. The San Jose Sharks, fresh off a loss on Tuesday night to the New York Islanders. That makes them still the only winless team in the league. They're now 0-4-2. This stat is just amazing. They are winless through at least the first 5 games for the 4th straight season. You want to talk a rebuild, that's a rebuild. They do have a mix of some veteran talent and young talent. They do have Jeff Skinner, but Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, Michael Misa, that's a good young core to build around. And they have Yaroslav Askarov in goal, another good young talent to build around. But they're struggling to put it together. Ryan Warsofsky, their coach, said, "We're frustrated. Trust us, our players especially." On Tuesday against the Islanders, they went up 1-0. That was their first lead since October 11th. Could a better opponent be coming to Madison Square Garden when your team is struggling offensively and when you're about to embark on a Western Canada road trip, right? You want to have a good feeling. You want to put up a bunch of goals. Prior to tonight, I think they were allowing 5 goals a game. Not good. And the Rangers do have some great numbers against them. JT Miller, 9 goals, 23 assists, 32 points in 26 games. Artemi Panarin, 13 goals, 10 assists for 23 points in 19 games. And the Rangers are 11-0-2 in their last 13 against the Sharks. It has been lopsided since really the Sharks' inception. Yaroslav Askarov played on Tuesday against the Islanders, so you could expect Alex Nedeljkovic in net on Thursday. But we'll go into that game a little more, but wanted to at least give a little preview of Thursday's opponent and why it should be a good one and just at the right time for the Rangers. All right, let's have some fun. Took a look at the best unrestricted free agents available at the end of the year. I don't think any of these guys will be traded, but wanted to take a look and see what the offseason might bring, knowing there'll be a lot of change, knowing Artemi Panarin is an unrestricted free agent. Just wanted to see what's out there, and here was my only criteria. There are a bunch of guys that are 36 or 38 or 40. I didn't include those because I don't imagine we're going to sign anybody of that age. I was looking for somebody in his 20s with a good track record and that could be available on that July 1st free agency date. We'll do these from 5 to 1. I'll go through them quick. 5, I'm going to put Artemi Panarin in there. I know he doesn't fall in the in the 20s age. He's 33 right now and has 7 points so far on the year. But he's a Rangers incumbent. Will he take a shorter deal? What will the cap situation be? Last year, 37 goals, 89 points in 80 games played. I would put him in that group as the fifth best UFA for the Rangers situation, because I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Alex Tuck from Buffalo, he has 4 points already. He's 29. Last year, 36 goals, which was a career high, 67 points in 82 games played. I like Alex Tuck. He's got some speed, and you gotta think he's gonna want out of Buffalo. Coming in at number 3, Adrian Kempe from the LA Kings. He's got 7 points already. He too is 29. Last year, 35 goals, 73 points in 81 games. He's had a career high of 41 in 22-23. Number 2, you may not know this guy, but he's pretty darn good. Nick Schmaltz from the Utah Mammoth. That's the first time I've said Utah Mammoth this year. That does sort of roll off the tongue. He's got 9 points already this season, entering Tuesday. He's age 29. Last year, he had 20 goals and 63 points in 82 games played. He's had 20 goals each of the last 4 years. And this one comes partially from the comments. Eddie7151, thanks for mentioning Marty Necas. Marty Necas is my number 1 from the Colorado Avalanche. He's got 10 points already entering Tuesday. He's only 26. Last year, he had 16 goals, 55 points in only 49 games played. He has a career high in goals of 28 in 22-23. So all those guys are unrestricted free agents. Here's where I differ a little bit. I love Necas. I just don't think they'll be able to trade for him before the end of the year. I know they need to pay Cale Makar, and they've got a lot going on. But have you seen the Avs play? They are a wagon, and they have designs on a Stanley Cup. They entering Tuesday. I think they play the Mammoth. Play the Mammoth on Tuesday. But entering Tuesday, they led the Central. They're 5-0-1. They've got Stanley Cup designs. Unless it falls apart, which I can't imagine, they've got designs on the Cup, and I don't think they'll be trading Marty Necas. I think he's a July 1st signee. But certainly a good bunch of young UFAs out there that could be available on July 1st that might boost the Rangers' scoring next year. We'll see what they do. Chris Drury, and the entire coaching staff, they've got a lot on their plate. I know it's a long way away, thinking about free agency. But I wanted to give you an idea as you watch some of these teams come in and think about the Artemi Panarin situation, whether he's re-signed or not, or how long he's re-signed for, however it shakes out. A couple of names to think about as we go through the season, watch them come in, watch them play, and think who might be a good fit in the Mike Sullivan system on Broadway. That's it for today. This is Rangers Daily. I'm your host, Todd Werwa. Thank you again for joining me. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. Please leave your comments. As you've seen, I'll mention them during the show. And again, enjoy the week.